This is the championship final Game 2 press conference featuring the Huskies of the University of Washington, joined by head coach Heather Tarr, student athletes Taylor Van Zee, Sis Bates, Tristan Melhart, and Taryn Alvello. Coach, understanding the disappointment of tonight, but you guys spent 9 weeks at number 1 this year. You won over 50 games. You came here to OKC. You beat the two-time defending champs twice and knocked out the top seed, the first Pac-12 team to play for the national championship since 2010. Can you talk a little bit about the journey that these young women took you on this year?
Well, the journey, started 2015 with these seniors that we're going to so miss, but it's been a long road getting Washington back here, and we're super proud of the achievement, finishing second. You're disappointed because you know what it feels like to win it all, and I think some people started to believe that we could do it, obviously being ranked number 1 for a lot of the time. But how we did this and how we got through some of the things we got through this year, specifically Morgan Flores' injury, Taryn being injured kind of near the end of our conference, for us to do what we did, it speaks to the leadership of our seniors on down to our team. And they had a mission last year, and there was a huge leadership void left by Casey Stengel and Ali Aguilar in how we're going to make this program continue to thrive and prosper. And they one-upped Ali's leadership and Casey's leadership. Obviously, they had strength in numbers, 6 people, but Ali and Casey showed them the way to do it. And we're just so proud, I remember back to my experience, my junior year, and we lost the national championship to Arizona, and it kind of leaves you with a bitter feeling. But this feeling is different, and I hope that I can impart that on these women, that for what they were able to do throughout our entire journey, they are champions in how they went about it. And other than us having the gold trophy, we got the silver one. It sucks, but they're champions, and they should be celebrated in their own way. Congrats to Lonnie and Florida State. Obviously, she's a mentor of mine. Had a lot of experiences as assistant coaches when she was at Stanford and I was at Pacific. She's somebody I always wanted to be like, and it sucks to lose, but I'm so happy for her and her program. She deserves it.
Questions for Coach of the student athletes, please?
Matt Calkins with the Seattle Times. Heather, you talk to athletes you played in the past, and sometimes they have these little moments that they regret forever. The ball that got away, but sometimes when it's 8-3 and this team's just, on fire, and kind of left no doubt. Does that make it any easier to swallow or go home going it wasn't one little thing? It was just we caught a hot team. Yeah,
they obviously got better and better as their postseason run went. I'm sure they probably flipped the switch when they almost lost the ACC championship to Pitt. You can kind of see that coming. And just knowing that program was knocking on the door, several times, losing to LSU in super regionals and getting sent home last year. I'm sure that edified them and solidified what they were trying to do as a group. But we're unsatisfied. Yesterday sucked. That was hard to not come through when, you win that game and it's obviously becomes a different story. Today, it's not something that I'm sure Taryn's going to like to, go home with. But you know what? Things happen before they happen. And Taryn got us here for the last 3 years. What she's been able to do. Now, how does she respond and come back next year? She'll speak to that, and she'll be great. And, I think the only sad part for us is that we don't get to play again. That's the only thing that we're sad about.
Jerry Lee Woodley Jr., the College Sports Report. Taryn, talk about that. A lot of experience is coming to your time in the circle. Expectations down the road. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the fire in my teammates, the will and the want to get back here. I'm going to bring it, and I know they are too. I feel like media has a good way of pointing out one person, but there's 21 people on this team. it's not one person, it's not 4 people, it's all 21 of us and our coaching staff and our doctors and our sports psych. It takes every single person. So next year we're going to come back and we're going to be here and we're going to fight together. So that's what I'm looking for.
I have a question for Sis and Taylor. Best side of the left side of the infield in the country, no question. Sis, could you talk about what it was like to play with Taylor? And then Taylor, you can follow up and tell me what it's like to play with Sis.
Okay. Taylor and I have been playing together since my sophomore year of high school. She's been one of the most competitive people I've ever known in my life. Playing with her has been a blessing, just like playing with every other senior on this team. I'm still going to see her. We're still together. We just won't take the field again. But, you know, it's sad right now, but we'll be fine. We're going to come back next year. We'll be fine.
Like Sis said, I mean, we've been playing together for a long time, but this was something special. I mean, coming in last year, like, obviously, Sis is more than just a softball player. She's a great human being, and I learn more from her every day than I ever thought I could ever. And amazing shortstop. Like, some of the plays that she makes, it just fires me up so much. She's so good. And I'm going to be really, like, that's why I'm so sad, not just leaving Sis, but leaving this team and this program. It's changed me and who I am, and I think a lot of our seniors can agree with that. And Coach Tart, it starts with her, and she allows us to be who we are and the type of softball player and people that we want to be. And it hurts so bad knowing that I won't be able to take the field with any of these girls. And I've just been so blessed and lucky to even be here, and I think that's something I can hang my hat on as I grow as a person and take the next step in life.
Jerry Willis Jr., the College Sports Report coach. Getting in those 83 runs, that sets you up to do whatever you need to do, make adjustments or whatever, push forward. Talk about those first 3 runs, the first inning.
Yeah, I mean, that's what this team is about, you know. Unfortunately, I think we just, you know, kind of ran out of gas, and, you know, things happen this day because of things that you get to do and you accomplish way beforehand, whether that's in your off season or your fall time and that kind of stuff. So, you know, you wish you could have held the lead, you know, and those kind of things, but it wasn't today that ended up, you know, oh, we lost 8-3 or whatever the heck the score was. It was lost before we could win it, if that makes sense. So we'll learn, and these guys will rebound and lead in a way that they're going to lead from this experience, and it'll be awesome because they're going to be hungry. But, yeah, it was just, you know, that game last night was tough, and for us to come back and score 3 right away, it just says a lot about this team.
Matt Calkins to the Seattle Times. Taryn, you were emotional when you came out of the game. You're emotional now. Obviously, this wasn't the performance you were envisioning. Can you give me your reaction to you know, your performance today and maybe what wasn't right exactly?
I feel like as softball players, you have days that you're on and days that you're not. Each inning, it's not like I felt like anything was off. I felt like, you know, I was going pitch to pitch, and yeah, I got emotional because it's the championship series, and I felt like I didn't give my seniors the best chance to win that game. They did everything for us in that first inning, and you know, you learn a lot going through this process, and it's not about one player. But yeah, when you have that many home runs hit off the end, it sucks. It does. I went out and I looked at Gabby and I said, "You get us back in here, and you fight." And that's what she did, man. And it's not the end of us. So we'll be back. And I keep saying that, and it's because I believe it. I said it last year, and look where we are. And I'm going to say it again.
This for all the players, just talk about this journey, what this week has been like for each of you. And, you know, obviously didn't end like you wanted, but just the overall experience.
Start with Tristan.
Obviously, this journey has been amazing for me. I'm just so happy and proud of my team that we were able to lay it all on the line and play for each other. And these are some experiences that we'll never have again.
Taylor?
It's always a dream to play at Oklahoma City, but I think last year there was some fire left in us. But to get back and play Husky softball, and honestly, it's been the most incredible journey. Obviously, we got to play in the national championship series, which is something that a lot of players can't say. And I don't know, I feel blessed and lucky, and I know that Washington softball has so much more ahead of them, despite it being the end of the road for some of us.
Taryn?
At the end of the game, Kelly Burdick hugged me and she said, it's not about a championship, but it's about the people you meet along the way, the friendships you make, the bonds you create, and everything you leave in the path. And I just kept saying, I'm sorry. And she's like, win or lose, you're still going to have me. And I think that's the best thing that can come out of this, win or lose. I have met some of the most amazing people, and these people will be a part of my life for as long as I live. And it sucks and it hurts right now, but this is bigger than a championship.
Sis?
We're a family.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Sis?
This journey has really been a dream come true for all of us. You know, competing for a national championship has been awesome. These seniors left a legacy that will live on forever, and I'm so proud of them for leading this team to get here. Like Taryn said, I've met some of the best people I've ever met in my life, and these friendships will go on forever. These girls are going to be in my wedding. I mean, we'll be together forever. So we really are a family, and it's been such an amazing journey with them.
I just want to comment on that because it's just a good time to thank all the people that put this event on, whether it's the USA softball folks and just all the support groups that help run these things. I mean, all you guys, ESPN, you know, when the paratroopers landed yesterday, I don't know why I started to cry, but I was like, dang, look at what this event has come to. You have paratroopers landing on our field. It is so cool. That's not like, that's taking it to another level. And I appreciate you asking that question because just to see, you know, when I played, people were sitting on blankets on the hills, you know? And for people to actually care so much about this sport and care what we do and care that these females and these women actually are probably more exciting to watch than some other things. And it's kind of that point in time where some cool things are going to happen for sport, for women's sport, for college athletics, and what a platform that these guys got to showcase themselves. I mean, we're really appreciative, and we recognize how awesome it's been. You know, the Oklahoman, you got the full page, is all the softball stuff. I mean, they've always done an awesome job with their newspaper, but, you know, it's just, we're really proud to be a part of the sport at this point in time, I guess, in the timeline of softball. So thanks for asking that.
Anything further? All right, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
to your
everything.
young women.
Appreciate it.